It has been rumored that starting in the near future, attendance will be taken at department seminar. As seminar director, what is your opinion on this highly controversial update?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm honored to be considered for this title. But hopefully the fact that I say no attendance will put me up at the top of the leaderboard. Yeah, that is a dirty rumor. I mean, I like to think that I would attend events and things, even if I wasn't sitting right next to the Odom room, but my location to the Odom room makes me particularly able to continue being a particularly active faculty member.
You have the prized office that is closest to the Odom room, and the graduate students are dying to know what is the most interesting thing you have overseen or overheard in the Odom room.
I was here just in my office, a quiet afternoon, when I heard first a jiggle, then a loud jiggle, then a bang, 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 then a bang, 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 bang. And I thought, what in the world is going on? And I go outside and I look at the Odom room and I look through the door, and it's Howie on the other side of the door of the Odom room, just in a frenzy trying to get out of the room. And it turned out it was a PhD comprehensive exam going on. And I thought, this is interesting, because this is kind of the vivid realization of my recurring dream since my PhD, which is being locked in the room with my committee. Except it was really flipped in real life, because it was actually the committee that was dying to get out of the room. So it was a pretty tense situation, but I think everybody handled it with aplomb, and we were able to diffuse it, and everybody got out okay.
John Porter, your question is the following. In the VCR LTER, in a very precarious boating channel, there is a PVC pole in the middle of the channel that grad students affectionately call John Porter's pole, and we use it to navigate. But nobody knows why it's called that. We are dying to know what the story of the pole is.
The pole basically was there to serve as a reference for controlling for tides when you were surveying the bottom of the bay. So as a result, the main purpose of that pole is to serve as a navigational reference for graduate students.
What does it take to get an Elise Turrieta pole at the VCR LTER? Who do I talk to? What do I need to do?
As near as I can tell, you just simply establish the pole and let somebody know that you did it. And if you wish, I would suggest simply go out there and write your name on that pole, and it will become your pole.
Are you on John Porter's pole?
You can write your name on John Porter's pole, and that might be your pole. At the same time, I don't want to feel that I'm trying to influence the committee by giving bribes or anything. And I think Todd probably may hold the current record for most actually active faculty, but I could be wrong on that.
Okay. His interview's tomorrow. We'll see what he can offer me.
Okay.
It has been rumored that the physical hydrology lab in the basement of Kirchhoff Hall has not been cleaned or organized in over 100 years. And what is your plan to fix this and to make it better?
Well, first of all, I think I disagree with the premise of your question. I think you're forgetting about the 1952 cleanup. So when you say 100 years, that's obviously some exaggeration.
Easy to forget.
Yeah. In terms of the future, so it's an underground space that has like bars on the windows and water stains on the walls. That's kind of a dungeon feel to it. But my idea is that we should really lean into that theme, really double down on the dungeon thing. So I'm thinking like shackles, not the kinds that, you're attached to the wall, but the ones that have the chains with them. Is that a good answer?
Yeah.
Popular?
That's pretty good. Matt had some similar ideas. All of your graduate students of recent memory have been placed in the office directly across the hall from you, where we are now, like 5 feet. And is this placement on purpose? And what does it take to get promoted to the LTER suite or an office with a window?
Well, those are good questions, and the way I think about it is, there's 24 hours in a day, and grad students need to sleep maybe 4 hours. And so in many ways, they should be working 20 hours. And, having windows, I think just depresses the grad students to know that they're inside when it's nice out. So, I think it's for their well-being that it's better to be in rooms with no windows. That's one reason. The other reason too is, when I was in grad school and I was doing my work, I spent most of my time flying around to coral reef areas around the world and stuff. And sometimes I would get sunburned and it was kind of painful. And I don't want my grad students to go through that pain of having windows and sunlight. So, I am director of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I really feel like everything should be equitable in this department. And so I've been communicating with Howie over this, but I think no grad students should actually have windows. And so I've kind of proposed that we board up all the windows in all the grad student offices to make it an equitable department as much as possible. So I have all my students work on these individualized mentorship contracts. And on page 17 of those mentorship contracts, it explicitly spells out what's necessary to move to the LTR suite. And it says there, once the grad student publishes their 7th paper, that we can have a conversation about moving to an LTR suite. And so I'm completely open to this. As long as the students meet the metrics that we spelled out in that, then we can have a conversation about that. So yeah.